Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? And why should my heart be lonely and long for my head and hold? When Jesus is my portion, I come, sin free is He. His love is all the spare. And I know He watches me. Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? And why should my heart be lonely when Jesus is my friend? His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me, so I won't be discouraged. And I know He watches me. Amen. You would turn with me your Bibles to Isaiah chapter 55. Isaiah chapter 55, we'll start reading at verse number 1. When you have it, signify by saying amen. Isaiah chapter 55. If you're looking in the New Testament, after Matthew, Luke, and John, you've gone too far in the book. Isaiah is in the first part of the book. Isaiah chapter 55, we'll read verses 1 through 3. And then we will go to the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 11. The word of the Lord reads, Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Incline your ear and come unto me, hear, and your soul shall live. And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. I'd like to pause there for a second and give you our subject for this afternoon. And our subject this afternoon is simply entitled, Is He Not Enough for Us? Is He not enough for us? As we look around and we see how there's such a desecration to Christendom, how many people in our own families who once were believers, who worship God, the God we call, and we would attend an assembly on a Sunday, and we would fellowship, and we would pray, and we would believe this entity, this being that we believe was above everything and created all things. So many of them don't believe anymore. When we hear a world that challenges the Christian, that how do you know that your view is the only view? We have to ask ourselves, is he not enough for us? When I think about how intricate human beings are in the way that we were designed, when I think about how there's a system for everything, and every system has its own mechanism for keeping it in line. And I think about how man can say that there was a bang that created it. But when I think about how infinite, how big God is, and the fact that he created all things, and they still exist, and they still dwell, and they still function. And most importantly, I think about the God that when I called upon him over 30 years ago, he answered me and saved my soul. I think about how that very same God today, if you call upon him, y'all ain't gonna help me here. When you call upon him, he still answers. Somebody said he used to answer by fire in the Old Testament, but today he may not answer by fire, but he still shows up all the time. What I need the saints to ask themselves, is he not enough for us? We don't need all the things that men are trying to devise that penalizes the flesh and challenges our emotion. All we need to be is touched in our souls by the living God. The Bible tells us of a woman who came at the hottest hour of the day to draw water, and when she was trying to avoid the people of the town, she came upon a man who sat on a well. While she was sitting on the well, she asked the question, how you being a Jew asking me these questions, me being a Samaritan? She says, one of your fathers say that we worship in the mountain, and our fathers say we worship here. But Jesus said, woman, the time has come that the true worshipers must worship him in spirit and in truth. He then said to her, if you knew who it was asking you of drink, you would say, give me to drink that I may thirst no more. Now what I'm asking the church, is he not enough for us? If he's enough for us, why do we have to look outside of him for anything? If he's enough for us, why do we have to add anything to what's already been working? Y'all ain't helping me. Somebody said, but pastor, that's a problem. It ain't working anymore. No, it's because we're not trusting only him. It's because we're not just seeking him. It's because we don't just know him as our Savior. We trust in the arms of flesh. And the Bible said some trust in horses and some in chariots. But we will remember the name of the Lord our God. And we will set up our banners and say, Lord, let the King hear us when we call. Is he not enough for us? He says, why do you spend money for things that don't satisfy? Why do you spend so much energy and so much time going after things that are temporary? When I think about how many of all the fine things we've had nice cars, we've had nice homes, and we've lived, some of us, in very comfortable needs. But even in all of those things, it's only temporary. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. You can only wear one suit at a time. Yeah, I get angry because I wish I could drive two cars at a time, but you can only drive one car at a time. When I was a little boy, I learned to ride two bicycles at once, but I can't drive two cars at a time. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is, as believers, we got to ask ourselves, is he enough? Ask your neighbor, is he enough? Yeah, y'all ain't asking him like you know they're enough for me. Is he enough? Because I find out that if I've got the Lord Jesus Christ and him alone, I can be all by myself. Y'all ain't hearing me. If I got him on my side, it doesn't matter who's against me. Because the Bible says when a man's way pleases God, he makes even his enemies to be at peace. I remember when I first got saved, my battle was having to separate from where my family went to church and where I was a member and where I grew up at. And I had to just trust God for the leading that he was taking me in, because though it seemed different than what I had experienced and what I understood, I knew God had to be the one that I trust, because he found me in the mess that I was in. And I had to take the ridicule and the questionings of so many people saying, how can you go into something you don't know anything about? But I already had a testimony. And the testimony was, when I was sinking deep in sin, far from the peace of God, very staying deep within, the master heard the call. When I needed to be saved, it wasn't the place that I grew up. It wasn't the people I'd always been around. But it was the fact that there was a God who was listening for my cry. Y'all ain't helping me. So I had to get to the place where I had to separate myself from people I love. I had to separate myself from things that were familiar. And I had to trust the God that I was just getting to know. And what I found over these last nearly 30 years is that he's faithful, that he will never leave you nor forsake you. And even when your father and your mother forsake you, the Lord will take you up. I found him to be, I'm going to help you here. I found him to be faithful. I found him to be a friend that's sticking closer than any brother. Anybody in the house know what I'm talking about? Is he enough? Is he enough? You have to ask yourself, what more do I need? Somebody said we need a revival. We don't need a revival. We just need to get to know who it is that's already saved us. One of the things I find is that if I'm feeling down, I just have to remind myself of what the Lord has done for me. And I'm not talking about cars, I'm not talking about houses. But when I think of the goodness of Jesus, y'all ain't hearing me. When I think of the goodness of Jesus, when I think of that, when I should have died, when I think of when I was a foolish young man driving as fast as I was, the Lord didn't allow me to die in a car accident. When I think about how I was living all kinds of ways, the Lord didn't allow me to die. And that's why I got to remember, he's enough for me. Y'all ain't helping me. I've tried a lot of things. But when I tried Jesus, he satisfied my soul. I don't have to look for anything else. It's all in him. Look what the word says. Verse number 2, Isaiah 55, he says, wherefore do we spend money for that which is not bread? And you labor for that which satisfieth what? Hearken diligently. What? He says, be hasty, be quick to hear what I'm saying. Get the understanding. He says, and eat, ye shall eat that which is what? And let your soul what? God has all the things we have. Yes. Oh, God, we have. And I know that we become a social church. But people think that you need all the correlation and gyrations of things to make us feel good. We need academia, we need more education, and we need all these things that causes us to feel like we're important. But saints of God, if you're not important in Jesus, it doesn't matter what your title is. Amen. I find that you can have title of men, but if you don't have an anointing, y'all ain't helping me here. For it's the anointing of God that destroys the yoke. Tell somebody, I don't want to be popular. I just need to be anointed. Y'all ain't talking to me. Y'all ain't talking to me. Tell somebody, I don't need to be popular. I just need to be anointed. Is he not enough for us? He said, diligent. He said, hearken diligently unto me. And eat ye that which is good. And let your soul delight itself in what? Fatness. In other words, let yourself be satisfied and that which I provide.
Amen.
That's why the writer later says, godliness with contentment is great gain. I don't care how much you do for this flesh, you're not going to be satisfied. Y'all ain't helping me. God let you live 80 years, you won't start complaining, look at how I look, but you forgot how he kept you for 80 years. Y'all helping me. You lived in tight quarters and God allowed you to buy a house. And it may only be 2 bedrooms, but you got it paid for. It's yours. You can complain about, I wish I had a little more room. But you ought to thank him that even when I didn't have what I have now, you never let me go without food. You never. Y'all need help with me. What we do is we forget to remind ourselves. He's enough.
Yes.
He's enough.
Yes.
Y'all ain't gonna help me here. Can somebody help me in the house? Say, he is.
He is
Enough. He is enough. Look at Isaiah 55 and 3. He says, incline your ear and come unto who? Come unto who? Well, who do we need to come unto? We need to come unto the Lord Jesus Christ. Why? Because when we come unto men, when we come unto organizations, when we come unto all these other factors, we are going to be disappointed. Y'all ain't talking to me. If you spend your whole life trying to connect with people, saints, you will sadly awaken one day, only to find out that you're still empty. The Lord Jesus Christ can be the only one who is enough for us. Is he enough for you today? Y'all just saying that. Is he enough for you today? Yeah, I don't think y'all convinced me. Is the Lord Jesus Christ enough for you?
Yes. Glory.
Sure, get that off the printer for me. Verse number 3 says, incline your ear and come unto me. And do what? See, when we come to church and we get in the presence of God, we're not listening for anything. We just want him to give us something. And sometimes he's just speaking. The problem is when God speaks, we don't often hear him. Because sometimes he speaks in such a still small voice. And sometimes he's telling you that you're in the right place, just be patient. But we're asking him, change and fix it. And he's saying, you in the right place, just be patient. Y'all look at this. He says, incline your ear and come unto me. And do what? And your soul shall what? And I'm only going to have this with you for a few days. I'm only going to have it just a few hours. So tell me why, saints, as we get older, do we struggle with God?
Amen.
You start asking, if I've lived for God all these years, why is God allowing these health challenges to come in my life? Why is he allowing this thing to happen with my children? But you got to remind yourself that just because you're saved doesn't mean that the world don't affect you. Y'all ain't helping me. Y'all ain't helping me. But what God said is I have an everlasting covenant with you. And that means that I'll see you through whatever you got to go. Y'all ain't believing me. You got to say to yourself, he's enough for me. My heart may be broken. My expectation may be dismantled. But I can still trust him. Look what it says. Even the what? Now y'all know David had mercy. Applied to him. If God did it for David, he'll do it for you.
Amen. All right.
That's why I say, you saints, make certain that God is enough for you today. I know, Pastor, I got to get this right. I got to do that. And then I'll come and then I'll surrender. No. Stop putting stuff ahead of your relationship with God.
Hallelujah.
Do it quickly.
Yes, Lord.
You hear what I'm telling you?
Yes.
Do it quickly.
Yes.
Go to Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. Matthew 11, 28 through 30 says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden." Anybody been laboring to live? You struggling trying to figure out how you gonna live, how you gonna get there, how you gonna overcome the challenges that faces us. You trying to ask yourself, how am I gonna stay protected? You laboring. You worrying about how you gonna make it from day to day. You laboring. Somebody said, "Pastor, isn't that what you're supposed to do?" No. You're supposed to trust the Lord for our provision. Doesn't mean that you don't do what you're supposed to do. But when you've done all that you were supposed to do, you then trust God. And if you labor and try to figure all this stuff out all the time, then you put yourself in a place of being laid, weighted, overwhelmed by things you can't change, things you can't fix. But what you have to do is you have to know He's enough. Anybody gonna talk to me today? Is He enough for us? Is He enough for us?
Yes.
We don't need a change of political candidates. We don't need more money. We just need more faith in our
Amen.
Now, somebody said, now you sound just like them crazy preachers that tell people to trust God over all those years, and look at where we are. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Even with all the stuff we've been through, we still haven't been destroyed.
Amen.
Think about that.
Amen.
Even all the challenges that have been in our individual lives, you can still lift up the holy hands and say, "Lord, I thank you." How you can say, "I thank you," when you've been through what you've been through? Tell somebody, it's because I've gone through what should have killed me. It couldn't stop me. It caused me to see that He's on my side.
Oh,
Y'all ain't gonna help me here. Let me go ahead and give y'all a benediction. He said, "Come unto me, all you that are labor and heavy laden, and I will do what?"
you do that.
Any of y'all need some rest?
Oh,
I don't mean a few more hours of sleep. I'm talking about how many want to be in peace?
Yes.
In peace.
Amen.
How many want to be at peace?
Yes, Lord.
I'm telling you, with everything coming from every direction, people won't line up. People won't do what they're supposed to do. They're doing it against you. You don't know if you're coming or going. And in the midst of all that, you can just stop and say, "You know what? Ain't none of this important."
Yes, Lord.
That's where God wants the believer to come to. That's when He becomes enough.
Yes.
That's where He wants the body of believers to come to. Y'all ain't helping me. He says, "Take my yoke upon me." Take my yoke upon me. In other words, you hook up with me. Some people say yoke and they think he's talking about an egg. And he's not talking about an egg. They used to yoke two oxen together. And the two oxen being yoked together added strength, and it also kept them moving in the same direction. So what he's telling you is, I'm moving in a direction. I have the strength. All you have to do is put my strength on you. All you need to do is let me lead the way by putting the yoke on you. And when you put my yoke on you, that will help with me. When you hook up with me, he said, my yoke is easy. It ain't easy, y'all. He said, learn of me. Well, how you learn of him? You got to know his ways. When you get married to somebody, when the honeymoon ends, And the honeymoon phase can last for some people 6 months, a year, some people even less than that. But when that phase of honeymoon ends, when you have to learn each other's habits, you got to get used to their snoring, you got to get used to that bad breath in the morning, you got to get used to that smelly feet, whatever those things are.
Amen. Amen.
When the honeymoon ends,
Well,
and you got to start living together, you have to decide, is this important or not?
praise God.
Yes, yes, yes.
Y'all ain't gonna help me. So here's what he said. He said, learn of me.
Yes.
Know my ways, know my pattern, know my voice. So when he says stop, you stop.
All right.
When he says be at peace, you can be at peace. When he says rest, you can rest. But what we do is we move ahead of God and we say, God, where are you at? I know I asked a broken question. I ended the statement of preposition, but that's all right. We ask God, God, where are you? I'm in this thing all alone. But if you yoked with him, you can't get ahead of him.
Amen.
That will help him.
Yes.
Because if he stops, you should stop.
Amen.
If he moves, you move.
Amen.
He said, take my yoke upon you and do what? Don't learn of the ways of the church. Only. Don't learn the patterns of the pastor. Don't fall in love with the first lady. Don't try to learn the ways of auxiliaries and boards and groups. But he said, do what? Learn of who? Of who?
Me.
What's his name?
Jesus.
What's his name?
Jesus.
What's his name?
Jesus.
He said, learn of me, for I am meek and lowly. In what? In heart.
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
In other words, I can look down on you if I want to.
Yeah.
He said, but I got pity.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, I got grace
Yeah.
enough to be extended unto you. Even in your brokenness or even in your fallen state, he said, I got enough grace to sustain you. Look what it says. I didn't mean to preach so hard, but look what he says. He said, take my yoke upon you. And do what?
Learn of me.
For I am meek and lowly in heart. And I shall, and you what?
Shall rest into your soul.
What are you going to do?
Rest into your soul.
Pause. Ye shall what?
Rest.
No. Missing a word. Missing a word. Ye shall what? When do you find it? When do you find it? When you yoke up with him. Let's go through the steps. When you yoke up with him. When you learn of him. You see that? You see that? We try to get it when we first come in. But you got to know something about it. And what I'm telling the saints, what's showing now is when we got in and we learned the church. We learned auxiliaries. We learned patterns of people. And when we're tested, then we show that we don't really know God.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Talk to me something.
Amen. Amen.
So what am I telling the body of Christ? Ask yourself, is he enough for us?
Praise God. He is.
Don't learn the pattern of Pastor Turner. Y'all gonna find I'm crazy. But learn the pattern of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Praise God. Amen. The word.
Because when you
Amen.
find him,
The word.
his pattern, then you will find rest for your soul. Look at verse number 30. Verse 30 says what? But what? In other words, this thing that I put on you, this connection I put on you, is easy. Why is it easy? Because he's doing the lifting. He's doing the work. When you work in to stay saved, when you work in to be saved, you're doing it wrong. God has already made a way of escape for us. Yes, the flesh challenges you on the way,
Yes, he will.
but you don't have to depend on yourself.
Amen.
Or anybody gonna talk to me.
Amen.
Nobody gonna talk to me in this house today. When you let him do the work,
Glory to God.
his yoke is easy. His burden,
It is light.
notice that word is L-I-G-T. L-I-G-H-T. Light. Light. Not diet.
All right. Amen.
It's light.
Amen.
Two phrases. Meaning, it's not heavy, and it also illuminates.
Yes, it is. All right.
When you hook up with God, He lets you see. And while you see, it makes the burden lighter. When you try to figure out everything, it'll make you crazy. Y'all ain't talking to me. Saints, make certain He's enough for you. Don't say my children made me happy. I was happy when I found my dream husband. I'm happy. No. Because you're going to wake up one morning to an angel. You got to put it all in you. Jesus Christ has to be your one and only. I'm not telling you not to love your spouse, not to enjoy the things that God makes provisions for, but everything that you get in this world is temporary. The only thing that's lasting and permanent is Jesus Christ.
Amen.
You hear what I'm telling you? You fall in and out of love with people all the time.
Yes.
But Jesus is consistent. Make certain, church, that He's enough for us. I know it sounds crazy. He said, well, that's why I'm here today, Pastor, because I love Him. Yeah, but how much do you love Him? The Bible says, if you love me, keep my commandments. Is He enough for you to do that which is right? I didn't say what is easy, but that which is right. Because here's the hard part. Your flesh don't want to do what's right.
Amen.
Your flesh wants to do what's easy. And you know what's easy? To continue in our patterns, to continue to sin, and to do those things that violate God's word.
Yeah, yeah.
But is He enough for us?
Amen.
Is He enough for us?
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all ain't talking to me. Is He enough for us?
Amen.
So let's act as though He's enough. Let's worship and honor Him as though He's enough.
Praise God.
Amen?
Amen.
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 Stand with me.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Lord God, in the name of Jesus Christ, we thank you, Father. Thank you. Lord, help us to realize your many benefits. Strengthen us, God.
Yeah.
Heal our hearts and our minds. That whatever it is that we need to overcome, that we can trust you more. Help us, God. Lord, I don't want to depend on anything or anyone because they're subject to fail me. But God, help me to put my total trust in you. Lord, that I may know that you are the only one who's able to do it. And though you may use the instrument of human beings, my trust has to be in you. Lord, I thank you. I praise you, Father, for those things that you will do in advance. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Amen. 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 Thank you.
Amen.
Give me a few minutes. I just want to